So ever since I was little, I have wanted to do good. I have wanted to change the world. And so I was that kid that handed out brochures to my neighbors to say, here's 10 ways you can change the environment. Here, this is what you can do to make your world a better place. And so as I grew up and got older, I went off to college, and it was at college that I discovered the term social justice. I had never heard it before, and I realized that there was a whole world of people who wanted to do social good just like me. So I threw myself into that and became the campus hippie and did things like organizing a Nobel Peace Prize forum focused on the work of Muhammad Yunus, the winner of the Nobel Peace Prize, and all kinds of organizing around making the world a better place. When I graduated, I said, okay, now what can I do to make the world a better place? Well, I don't really want to get a job yet, so I think I'll go to grad school. So I moved to Chicago, and I decided to enroll in a master's in social justice program at Loyola University in Chicago, in the big city, and learn what does it mean to do social good? How can I get these skills to actually change the world? I arrived, and I got into my program, and I realized that the program was kind of a mess. I wasn't going to get the skills that I wanted, but I also realized, you know what? I'm a student. I have student loans. I don't need to have a job. I can go out in the street and I can learn skills on my own. So I attended my first protest, and I realized that I love this. I love this energy. I love all these people protesting and doing something bigger than themselves. But I also realized that, you know what? I'm tired. I don't want to just say, hey, damn the man. I want to also build something. So I walked into this place, the United Church of Rogers Park, which was a place that people were using their faith and their social justice, their love of social justice, to do something better. The first Sunday I was there, a man came up to me, his name was Dick, and he said, oh, Masters in Social Justice at Loyola? Well, let me tell you how they're ruining our neighborhood. I said, well, at least they're gonna tell me the truth and they're gonna push me, and that's what I want. So I got involved at the church. Every Sunday for a year, I worked in the soup kitchen. I was able to meet people who were different than me. We had people coming in from the suburbs who were serving, and we had people who were eating, who had no money and no place to be, and I learned what it's like to work with people who are different. I got really involved in my neighborhood. I couldn't walk down the street without people saying, hey, Miss Breanna, how's it going? And I learned about artists, and I got in touch with the alderman, and I learned of all the vibrant things going on in this community. And I also got lots and lots of coffee. I learned what it's like to walk into a coffee shop with that blank look on your face because you're meeting somebody you have never actually met in person, but you talk to online. And I learned that people can be resources for me, and I can learn from them. I also lived in an intentional community. I moved into a house with about 6 or 7 other activists, and we worked in our neighborhood and learned what it meant to do social justice on the day-to-day basis. And so we taught gardening classes to kids in our neighborhood. We had potlucks. We cooked food for Food Not Bombs. And we had questions about what kind of toilet paper to use, because you need to have recycled toilet paper. Everything to put our action, or what we valued, into action. And I learned what it meant to connect with people, because my resources are in other people. Those are the people who can teach me the things that I need to know. So after 4 years of living in Chicago, I said, you know what? It's time for me to come home. I'm a Wisconsin girl, and I want to work to do good in my community, in my state, and take what I learned in Chicago and bring it back. And for me, I said, where do I want to be? You know what? I think my passion is working in the church. I want to figure out how I can take my faith and my love of social justice and put those things together and work with a bunch of really awesome other people who are doing that. And so as a pastor, I'm able to still get out. I get to go to protests. I work with Interfaith Coalition for Worker Justice, working to raise the minimum wage. I get to work with my congregation and interact with people who have lots of money and people who have no money, all trying to make the world a better place and put our faith into action. I get to reach out across the community and have coffee with people. I think there's like 30 people here I've had coffee with. And just meet and find out what other people's passions are and how those connect in with mine. And so I encourage you tonight to think about, what are your passions? How can you be that superhero, that superwoman or superman? How can you reach out with what you are passionate about and change the world? Thank you.